Before I wring TikTok's neck, we're back. Jesus, it took forever. Okay, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know this sounds good to you, so click that follow button, click the subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Sorry it took so long. TikTok was not cooperating at all. It wouldn't open. It wouldn't open. Can you believe them? What's up, goddess? So now here we are, 20 minutes late. Ridiculous. Although I will tell you, look at my new mic stand, guys. It's universal, okay? You gotta go where it flows. Hey, Nadine. So, I'm sorry. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me so you can figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, I'm good at it. All links are in my bio. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. Also, I have text coaching, guided meditation, sleep hypnosis, whatever your pleasure. Also, make sure you join our WhatsApp community, because if you get in on our WhatsApp community, then you are going to get access to techniques that I'm going to be teaching you that are not law of attraction. They're subconscious techniques to get you to really get out of your own way and step into your power, bitch, because that's what this shit is all about. Okay. Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of you, so you can go ahead and head on over there, subscribe while you're there. Let my replays play in the background. I don't care, mute the volume. Help me get my watch hours up, engage in the videos so they'll push them out even more so that we can let people know there's a lot of false information going around the internet, and we're here to tell you what actually works. Hey, Rainbow Girlfriend, Josie and Natalie. Oh, yeah? What do you need me to check you on, goddess? Because you know I am here to please. But if you have any questions regarding SPs or anything else that you're trying to manifest, always drop a comment. I'm here to answer them for you. Okay. Questions regarding SPs or anything else that you're trying to manifest, always drop a comment. I'm here to answer them for you. Okay. It doesn't have to be SP related. I've done it all. I've lost 100 pounds in 11 months, no diet, no exercise, all by manifestation. Hey, Elena, girlfriend. I've also helped over 80 entrepreneurs manifest business success, go from nothing to 7 figures in less than 3 years. So I've done it all. Okay. I mean, a call with all this course stuff. It's done, but it's still intimidating. Hey, Scorpio girl. I get that, Patriot. I get that it's intimidating, right? But you have to be in your own delusion. This is court in general. Okay. You need to be living in your own delusion of like, it's already worked itself out. Like, I don't care what they tell me. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Because I dealt with somebody else today. I talked to her today and they went through the same thing. And guess what? It all worked out. Okay. So, but we have to learn from it. All right. Hey, Liz, girlfriend. Okay. We have to learn from it. So just live in that. I know it can be overwhelming. I mean, because you're given court dates, right? But before you go in there, just be like, no, this is already taken care of. This is already taken care of. It's all going to go in my favor. Okay. Because remember, whatever has to happen, Patriot, for you to get your full manifestation is going to happen, including it working itself out, including you guys going through maybe this. You're not going to figure out the how. Okay, so you could figure out the how, but oftentimes it's not how you anticipate. So all you have to do is stay focused and stay the course, and then you know what they say, what's in the dark will come to the light. That's where that saying comes from, right? So it's like, you may not see the greater good now, but then when it all works out, then you're like, oh, okay, shit. I had to go through this. We had to go through this as a couple so that we come out stronger than that. So that maybe it brings you guys back together. Right? All of these different things. Okay. Also, since you're in the States, she could easily just drop the shit. Okay. Don't worry about it. Scorpio girl, I don't think your SP walked you out of nowhere. Okay. But if let's say that is the case, you have to look at it like same thing. Like, you're still affirming that means nothing. Don't acknowledge the block. Okay. Instead, reframe it for yourself, right? Reframing is what you guys have to get really good at. So reframe it for yourself. Be like, she cannot stop looking at my profile. Like, she literally looks at my profile all day, every day, right? So you're not even acknowledging the block at all. Because the reality is she probably blocked you out of nowhere because she wants to be able to look at your shit and doesn't want you to know she's looking. Okay, so instead of saying, oh, she blocked me because, it's like, nope. She just wants to look at my shit all day, every day. She's constantly trying to get my attention. Look at her trying to get my attention. Right? That type of reframing is how it goes. Well, O'Day, I can read tarot cards, yes. No, I don't do tarot cards. I don't do tarot cards. I think it's a waste of money, to be quite honest. Because you're only going to hear, well, you have to, if you're going to get a tarot card reading, you have to convince yourself that you're only going to hear what you want to hear. Okay. And discount whatever they say. Because if you do tarot card readings, oftentimes they're going to tell you what you don't want to hear. And then that taints your thoughts, that taints your assumptions, and you start to believe what the tarot card reader said. And either way it goes, she's right. She's not right, but you're right. Because you took what she said and ran with it. And so because of that, we got a whole fucking mess. Okay. So instead, I've had somebody do that. I had somebody literally in January get a tarot card reading, and the tarot card reader said that he was going to break up with her in February. So what do you think she did? She, leading all the way up until February 1st, she got all in her head, all in her feelings, like, oh, it's coming any day. Oh my God, it's coming, it's coming. And then February 1st hit, and her feelings and thoughts intensified around that reading. And then sure enough, what the fuck happened in February? He broke up with her. The tarot card reader wasn't right. It was her assumption and belief in the tarot card reading that proved right, because she tainted, thanks Blotsby, because she tainted her thoughts about it, right? She let the tarot card reader twist her thoughts, assuming a breakup, and therefore the breakup had to happen because it pushed out. Okay. Good. CC, you had some money with movement though. Okay, great. So, you had some movement with money though. Okay, great. So take that movement that you had with money and all the feeling that you had around the money and pop that shit into SP. Okay. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like manifesting money is not the same as an SP, but it's like, okay, well, what was my thought process about it, right? Because this stuff should be fun for you guys. Okay, like living in your own little, oh, good, Yesenia. Of course you had movement, bitch. What are you talking about? Of course you did. And good, I'm going to check out your text. Although I don't think I saw it in the text, but I will check it out. I will check it out. Hey, Sarah, and I literally saw your thing as soon as I popped in here. How to manage negative intrusive thoughts that make you have negative feelings that linger all day. Well, Mariana, if you didn't register for my live event, I did change it to replay, by the way, and I will be recording it tomorrow. So you can go ahead and watch the replay to that, because that's actually going to take away your negative emotions. Okay. So it's not taking them away, it's releasing them. So therefore you have nothing but new, fresh emotions that will help with those negative intrusive thoughts. But you have to flip the thoughts, okay? Because your feelings and your thoughts should never align together unless it's for the positive. So if you're having negative intrusive thoughts that are triggering negative feelings, the feelings aren't what's manifesting, it's the thoughts behind it. So even if you have negative feelings, that's when you affirm. Okay, that's when you affirm. It's the thoughts behind it. So even if you have negative feelings, that's when you affirm. Okay, that's when you affirm. Affirm through the tears, affirm through the sadness, affirm through the anger, affirm through whatever emotion you're experiencing in the moment, affirm through it. Because if you can do that, it's the thoughts that are manifesting behind it. So you guys have to understand, you guys can get your SPs doing whatever you want them to do very, very quickly. It's all about how you describe them, okay? So you can describe them a certain way, and then you can pop things into the description and have them literally conform to that very, very fast. I said something like twice to myself a couple days ago. And yesterday, me and my boyfriend were having a conversation that was literally confirming what it is that I said. Okay. To myself, of course. But it all happens very, very fast when you expect it to happen fast. Okay, you guys have to understand everything is an assumption. Everything is an assumption. So what are you assuming? Are you assuming that this is hard, that this is challenging, that they're not doing anything, that this is going to take a long ass fucking time? Or do you want to sit there and start assuming that no, they conform quickly? Yeah, they conform quickly. Like everything, whatever I affirm comes to me immediately, like really, really fast. When you create that assumption, then whatever you affirm for, because remember, every thought is an affirmation. So you can literally think something one time and have it push out within 24 hours or within a couple hours because you have created the assumption that you're good at this shit and it comes quickly, that they conform quickly, that you get what you want quickly. Keyword quickly. Okay, you set your own rules. There's no rules. You can choose to listen to Neville Goddard's rules, but understand those were Neville Goddard's rules. They're not yours. So instead, why would you? This is where we leverage the law and say, okay, if my assumptions manifest, then what the fuck do I want to assume? Do I want to assume it's going to take a long ass time, or do I want to start creating the assumption now by affirming or just believing and telling yourself that? Like, no, it comes immediately. It literally comes immediately. They conform instantly. My negative thoughts don't manifest. Like literally, I always get what I want and I get it quickly. I get it within 3 days, whatever you want for you. Okay. Because when you create that assumption, then whatever you affirm for comes quickly. Because remember, it's not about affirming for SP is not about how many times can you get that shit in there, right? It's not like, okay, I need to affirm all day long for SP because if I don't, the shit ain't coming. That's not true. Because again, you didn't have to do this for the breakup. So instead, you have to look at it like, I just need to distract my thoughts. Okay. I need to distract my thoughts based on what it is that I want. So it doesn't necessarily have to be SP. You can literally sit there and affirm for money. You can sit there and affirm for lucky girl syndrome that, I get whatever I like literally win everything. I have the best luck in the world. You can literally tell yourself, isn't it wonderful? Everything in my life is perfect. You can set the rules. Okay. So you can pick 3 rules and affirm that. Like I'm a master at manifesting. My negative thoughts don't manifest, and whatever I affirm comes to me immediately. Okay. You can literally affirm that as often as you want to create that assumption. Okay. Therefore, that doesn't need to be a job. Okay. You guys overcomplicate the shit and make it look like it's a job. And it's like, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Is this going against what I want? Is this going against? No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. You guys should at night just saturate your mind like one big fucking fantasy. Like you ladies, how when you were younger would imagine your dream wedding. We all have one, okay? Mine's a little bit probably, what do you call it, unorthodox. I just made that shit up. I don't know. I'm totally fine getting married at a courthouse. Just kidding. But I want a small, intimate wedding with, people I actually give a shit about. But you live in this fantasy where it's like, I'm not saying walk around all day long in a fantasy, but you can literally go to bed at night or lay down at night and just close your eyes and just create this whole world in your fucking mind. Like create this whole scene about how perfect you guys are together. Think about a time in your relationship where you guys, it doesn't have to be this big thing. It could be like you guys hanging out on the fucking couch together, all snuggled up, right? It could be them coming, you visualizing them coming home. You opening up the door and there they are with their shit. Or there they are with flowers or however you want them to show back up. You can create that scene and then just loop it to yourself over and over and over again. If you have an idea, you want them to propose to you, whatever, then visualize them dropping down on one knee. This isn't a fucking job. It is something where it's like, I want to feel good. I want to feel good. Let me create this visual scene and just immerse myself in this world where we're together. If it makes you trigger like tears, that's fucking fine. But immerse yourself in that world. So therefore, you're not worried about shit. You're not necessarily, I won't say, hey, Lisa Butterfly. I wouldn't say it's like, you're worried about it, but it's like, it's not something that's, it's not a task for you. It's not a task for you. Dawn, persist, imperfect boyfriend. Okay. He thinks I am flawless. He thinks I am perfect, and he cannot stop telling me how perfect I am. Okay. Don't acknowledge that when he points out the negative things about you. Okay. Because you're letting it's almost like you're giving it permission to continue versus you changing in your mind and being like, absolutely not. He thinks I'm flawless and he cannot stop talking about how perfect I am. Like, all he ever says to me is nothing but positive things about me. But Dawn, you need to also see that within yourself. Okay. Because when you put yourself on that pedestal and you see yourself as perfect, guess what he's going to reflect to you? The same thing. Because what he's doing is showing you exactly what I've been telling all your asses the past couple of days, is that you have your assumptions of your SP that you're trying to recreate, right? We're working on recreating your SP to be exactly who you want them to be. But you already have assumptions about them. They also have assumptions about you too. Okay. So but you also control their thoughts. So what do you want them to assume about you? That you're perfect, that you're everything they've ever wanted, that they cannot stop raving about you, that they know how perfect you are together. All of that, you control their thoughts. So you want to ask yourself, what do I want him to assume about me? And then I'm going to start telling myself that. Therefore, it pushes out and he reflects that shit too. You can look at their picture and tell them what you want them to assume about you. I don't mean you're going to look at the photo method and be like, you're going to assume right now that I am this. No, instead, you can easily look at their photo and say, you think I am perfect. You cannot stop talking about how perfect I am for you, right? I'm the perfect girlfriend and you know it. You know how perfect we are together, right? There's nothing more that you want than for us to be together right now, bitch. Omit the bitch part. But you get what I'm saying. Excuse my voice. So I want all of you to do that. I want all of you to look, especially if you think that they may have a bad assumption of you based on your history, right? Based on how you behaved in the past when it came to them, because they're spiritually asleep. So they're going off of facts, if you will, right? So they're going off of like, okay, well, based on history, you've done this, you've done that, you've done this, right? I don't want to tell you shit because I know how you'll react. Right. So they have these assumptions about you. Maybe it's like you're dramatic, you're confrontational, everything's an issue. Like all you do is bitch at them. You're a chronic complainer, whatever it is that they assume about you. Look at their picture every day and tell them the fucking opposite. Tell them exactly what you want them to now know about you. And they will reflect that too, because it's thought transmission. But the good thing is you're in control. Okay. So they can assume they're spiritually asleep. So they're running on autopilot, their assumptions of you, but you can change their assumptions of you because you're in control. And then you're also changing your assumptions about your SP, okay, and who they are for you. But you can also tell them what their shit is. Leverage. You say, okay, if thought transmission is real, we all know it's real. So it's like, okay, if thought transmission is real, how can I leverage thought transmission to work in my favor? Well, I'm going to tell this motherfucker exactly how he feels about me. I'm going to tell him exactly what he views me as: perfect girlfriend, perfect husband, perfect wife. I'm going to do all of that because thought transmission is a thing. So I'm going to look at his photo every fucking day and tell his shit what it's going to be. I'm going to look at his photo every day and I'm going to tell him what I want him to believe about me as well. Because if they have those thoughts, like let's say right now they're thinking about all the drama and problems of your past relationship, right? And that's all they're thinking about is how dramatic you were and how mean you were and how confrontational, how annoying and chaos you brought in their life, right? And so now all of a sudden you tell them, no, I'm the perfect wife. And you know it. Like you think I'm the perfect wife. Like no one compares to me. Like all you can think about is coming home right now. Like literally, because all you can think about is us being together and healing our marriage and working through this. Like there's no one else you'd rather be with but me. And all you think about is how perfect we are together and how flawless I am and how perfect I am and how I'm everything you've ever fucking wanted and blah, 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 blah. Well, then the next thing they're going to do, just like they think about texting you, it's the same shit. Except now when they think about you, they're going to think about you not as confrontational, as chaos in their life, as not giving them peace, as being a total bitch and crazy and all this stuff, to all of a sudden when they think of you, they're like, I do miss her. I miss a lot about her. Like she is perfect for me. I love the little quirkiness about her. I love this shit about her. All the things that were problems, now he all loves about you. And he starts to now think about you differently. Because guess what? If he thought about you differently, don't you think that they would contact you? They would want to be with you. They would want to do the things that you want them to do because now you've dropped their resistance to doing things. Because remember, they have resistance too, guys. Okay, now, am I saying that their resistance affects your manifestation? No, I'm not. Okay, no, I'm not. Calm down. But they also have resistance too. So you lower their resistance now, where now they're like, okay, so think about it this way. This is where we leverage. Okay. Right now you have resistance to your SP because of past history patterns, not knowing where you stand in their life, not knowing how they think about you. Not knowing how they think about you, X, Y, and Z, right? So there's that resistance level when it comes to your SP. But what if your SP could help you lower the resistance level? By you changing their assumptions about you. So now all of a sudden they want to contact you. They want to talk to you. They want to do these things with you because you've changed their assumption of you. So now instead of them being like, fuck that bitch, I don't ever want to talk to her again. Like, no, like she does nothing but give me a headache every fucking time I talk to her, all this stuff. Right now, all of a sudden, they're like, now they're thinking about you in a way that makes you perfect for them. And now they're like, dude, I think I'm going to contact her because I really miss her. Like, I really miss what we had because you changed his assumptions. So now you've lowered his resistance to contacting you because now he looks at you differently. So therefore, now he contacts you. So then all of a sudden you get a contact and now you're like, so now what happens to your resistance level? It starts to lower because you're using, if you will, your SP to aid in your assumptions. Okay. Does that make sense? You want them to aid in your manifestation, not work against it. Okay. Because you guys are already working against your manifestations every wicked second you fucking get. So if you can go ahead and let your SP aid in your manifestations, because remember that everyone is you pushed out. Okay. So your resistance level lowers because now they're showing up very differently to you and you didn't have to do shit, but change their assumption of you. People don't tell you you can actually change someone's assumption of you, do they? No. But I'm here to tell you how to leverage. That's what this shit is all about. Leverage. Okay. So Andrea, are you in here? Because, girl, you're supposed to book a call, girl. Contact Kamal. Okay. So same with if you're going through like court issues or legal issues or whatever with your SP. Don't forget about you guys forcing the 3D after the breakup. Everyone fucking does it. Everyone does it. There's only one way people find out about the law when it comes to manifesting an SP. And it likely isn't because you're right on Easy Street and everything's peachy king in your fucking relationship. Because who the hell is trying to manifest a specific person unless there's trouble in your paradise, right? Or you're not together anymore. That's usually when you come about the law. So you can't beat yourself up for things that you did by forcing the 3D, begging and pleading and all that shit, whatever you did went to crazy town on their ass after the breakup. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And so you're changing your assumptions of them, right? You're looking at them like you're working on looking at them differently. But when you do what I just told you to do, they're going to help you in your manifestation because now they're looking at you differently. They're no longer looking at their last encounter of you, crazy town, and being like, right? When they're thinking about you. And I'm not saying they're all doing that right now. Calm down, because your manifestations always manifest, right? But I'm trying to help you speed the shit along. Okay? I'm trying to help you speed the shit along. So my bad. And you're going to do that by leveraging them, right? Like I tell you to leverage the family, leverage other people. Well, if you can leverage the family and other people to aid in your manifestation, why can't you leverage your SP? They're no different. Change their assumption about you through the photo method, and they will aid in your manifestation. See, now if you had an amicable separation and you didn't go to crazy fucking town, all that shit, you don't necessarily have to do that. But I think that if you all did that, they would speed shit along real fast because they're now looking at you differently. I'm just saying, fuck. I got to stop dropping wisdom on these lives. My ring light comes, in 2 days because the one that I got before was a flop. 30 minutes later, it died. I'm like, what kind of ring light is this shit? And I need a portable ring light, so I found one. So it comes in 2 days, so we'll be glowing. Anyway, that's why I don't post my replays on here because they're like dark and they don't let you like lighten them up. So that's a fail on TikTok's part. What's fucking wrong with their ass? Anyway, so do that. Are you going to commit to doing that? Because I think that's a fucking good ass idea. I just thought about that. There you go, lover light. There you go, lover light. But let's not focus on the time. Okay? Because love and light, I don't even know what you're talking about. They're texting you right now. They're texting you right now. Like, can I say, I know she is coming, future tense, but not feeling like I already have it in the past. Yeah, I don't give a damn, you can. So that's where some people, if they can't get on board with, they'll do anything to be with me right now, then you can look at their photo and say, we're getting back together. We're getting back together. Okay, so it's future tense, but implying it's a matter of fact. Okay, so you can say, I know, instead of I know she is coming, I'd be like, okay, so you can say, I know, instead of I know she is coming, I'd be like, I know we're getting back together. I know we're getting back together. I know we're getting back together. Because therefore, that's a matter of fact thing. Okay? You don't want to know she's coming and then she comes and throws eggs at your fucking house and keeps it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember back in the days when we used to do that in the States? TP, toilet paper, somebody's house. Is that still a thing? I saw it like a couple years ago. I got so excited. I'm sure the homeowner was not very thrilled, but I got super excited seeing that shit because I was like, it's still alive and well. It's still alive and well. But nowadays it's probably out, right? Because you're about to go toilet paper somebody's house and they're about to show up at your fucking door because you're on the ring cam. It's probably why it's out. But I get excited when I see beer runs too. I'm pretty sure the business, the gas stations and stuff are not thrilled. But when I used to go deliver papers years ago, I used to get so excited when I would see a beer run because I was like, oh, hell yeah. They're still doing beer runs? My friends used to do that shit. And then my friend called me. They used to take my car because I am the only one that had a car at the time. And they would I said, return it with as much gas as you took it with. So they're pretty clever. They would pull outside the gas station, like on the street, and then they'd put it in neutral and they'd push the car in so that it looked like they ran out of gas. And then somebody would give them money to put money in the gas tank. But then my friend comes and he goes, dude, your car, he's like, it's posted behind the counter of a gas station. I'm like, why? He's like, because apparently your car has been used in beer runs. I'm like, I wonder if kegs are still in too. Remember the kegs? that only people who are not old enough to drink get, right? Because somebody's got an older sibling and then you all pull your money together and get a keg. Oh man. The good old days. The good old days. Yeah, I mean, that's because you're not distracting your thoughts. Oh, I was talking to somebody earlier today. Bitch, I think it was you actually. Where I was like, I said, you know, it's really good if you're working to put your affirmations on a parrot app and listen to them while you're working. And the reason for that is because, like, let's say you're at a day job, right? And you're working and you're focused thinking. Okay. So because you're focused thinking on your job, your conscious mind is distracted because your conscious mind is the thinker, the analytical person, right? And so your conscious mind becomes distracted. So because your conscious mind is distracted, like let's say you're typing and shit like that and you're working, your conscious mind is distracted, which means guess what's happening to all the affirmations that are playing on your parrot app? They're going right up into the subconscious because your conscious mind is distracted. Okay, so therefore it goes directly into your subconscious. Pretty good idea. I just be coming up with the good ass ideas. Fuck. I should charge for this. But I love all of you and I'm trying to get you guys to get out of your own fucking ways, to get you guys to get what you want quickly. But how many times? Good, welcome to Mo. I'm glad your crown is now straightened. I have no problem with the courthouse wedding, shotgun wedding. It's like, what's with all the theatrics? You proposed, let's go get married right now. Although I think my boyfriend wants he wants a wedding, but a small, intimate wedding. But you guys understand, you can get them to, you guys can recreate, there's no limits to what you can recreate your SP to be. Let's say you don't want children and he does. Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay? Like, and you don't even have to affirm that shit. You can literally say it one time because it's not something you think about often. Okay? Because I got confirmation. Anyway. Oh, that's all. I can't give you guys too much fucking wisdom up front. What if you got SP back and then left again? Bliss. The reason why you got your SP back and they left again is because you didn't do anything different in this relationship than you did in the last one. Which is why I tell you, manifesting your SP back is not the hard part. It's keeping them. That becomes the challenge because this is why you start conditioning yourself now. It's kind of as stupid as signing up for a triathlon and then deciding I'm not even going to do anything to condition for the triathlon until the day of. You can't do that. So instead, just like you would sign up for the triathlon and then start conditioning now before the triathlon happens. I say triathlon as if I've ever fucking ran one in my life. No. I can win it running up 4 stairs, and I will not apologize for that. But just like you do that, it's the same thing when it comes to your SP. You have to start now because you have to keep them. And if you're not going to run your relationship any different than you ran it the first time, you're repeating the cycle over and over and over again. You know, I had somebody who manifested their SP back 3 times. Okay, well, there's only one reason you manifested them back 3 times. And that's because it didn't work out the other 2. Right? And now here we are the 3rd time, didn't work out the same because you bring them back. And then let's say SP comes back home. You're like, job done. And now you go back to the same habits that you had before. You go back to the same patterns that you had before and you don't do anything differently. You you continue to verbalize, you continue to react, you continue to not discipline your mind and let your thoughts spiral. You continue to think the negative and you continue to select old version. And therefore your relationship ends the same fucking way. Because you haven't done anything different. This is where evolution comes into play. Just take a look at the world. Could you imagine if nothing evolved over time? How the fuck would we have survived? How would we have survived? How would you survive without organic vegetables? Or, God forbid, gluten-free shit? Cars. We wouldn't even have cars. How would we survive without a cell phone? I mean, we did at one time. But nowadays, if the economy, if technology, if nothing evolved, we'd be living in this fossil age. It's the same shit with relationships. It's like, what are you going to run relationships the same way you ran them at 18? Or are you going to act like an adult and run them differently? Right? Are you going to treat your marriage the same way you treated some average fucking hookup buddy on the street that you hooked up with 20 years ago? No. Or even as you were dating? No. You treat your marriage very differently than you treat when you guys were dating. Okay. It's the same thing, but you have to evolve. You have to remain in control the entire time. That's the ultimate power. Is they come back and you're like, oh, if you think you're going anywhere, I don't fucking think so, because I've learned. And I'll be running the show from this point forward. I've disciplined my mind. I'm not reacting anymore. I'm not doing none of that shit. So yes, buckle up, buttercup, because you better go to that ring shop and go buy that engagement ring right now, because you ain't going a goddamn place. Yes, I control everything now. But in the last relationship, no, you didn't control shit. So you're now in control. So therefore, you get them to do whatever you want. That's the fun part. Hey, J Rose. Don't be frustrated at yourself. I don't give a damn. Just be, okay? Treat this like it's a fun thing. Treat this like as if you're ready. Like, let's say your girlfriend says, hey, I'm coming home, honey. I'll be home in the next 30 days. So you're getting prepared. You're getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm going to clear out my dresser drawer. Oh, well, you're young. I don't give a damn. But I'm ready. I'm going to get myself ready. I got to get everything ready because my woman's coming home and she's coming out. So I got to get ready. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to it's kind of like, I'm just going to daydream about, what it's going to be like as soon as she comes through that door, what our first night's going to be like together when we're back together. I'm going to start visualizing that now, the reunion, and us and play a scene of something that you guys did together. Even if, like I said, even if it's just laying on the couch watching a movie, laughing, whatever. Picture that. Okay. But it's not a job. Picture like I want to remember these things. Okay. I think he is hetero or bi, and I'm gay. Is it possible for assumption of love? Yes, it is. I would say her name, but you don't have a name. So, Rose, yes, it is. Because look at it this way. Most people, a lot of people change their sexual preference all the time. Right? Some people, I believe, are born that way where they just have a preference, versus there's other people that change all the time. There's actually this one TikToker I was going to follow just out of fascination, to be quite frank. Maybe it's Instagram. I think it's TikTok. I get weird shit that comes across my For You page. Maybe that's an indication of what I'd be searching for. But there is I think it is TikTok. I mean, I'm only on 2 major platforms, but where there's a guy who's gay, who has a whole baby and is married to his best friend, who is a woman. He's got like 4.2 million followers, and he married his best friend, even though he's whole ass gay. So none of that matters unless you view it as a circumstance. Okay, if you view it as a circumstance, then yes, that will be a problem, right? But you can assume whatever you want about that man. If he's bi, what up, girl? Or boy? My bad. That's right, Abby. I be daydreaming about that shit too. What is he cooking for dinner tonight? I made dinner last night. What did I make? Oh, I made fajitas. Chicken fajitas. With beans. Yep. And then I had a banana Twinkie. I had some of those Nutter Butter wafers. I made some guac. Hey, you know what, Abby? I don't think there's enough proof that says you can't call him bitch. Look, bitch. Where the fuck have you been? Girl, who is that? You know what's so funny? Okay, so this is dead ass serious though. So funniest story about you, bitch, is I literally thought about you yesterday. I was like, where's she been? And because usually you'll engage. And so I literally just thought about you and look, here you fucking are. Do you see how quickly you can manifest, guys? See how quickly you manifest. So SP told you to come to this event, and the whole time he's on the phone call with Gutter Trash. Exactly, Andy. Well, first of all, oh, and who's that? Who? A girl who is that? Yeah, keep it going, bitch. Keep it going. She flirted with you today, of course she did. Why wouldn't she? Or excuse me, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Of course he did. Keep it going. Keep it going. But hold on to that movement because that's a big movement for you. Hold on to that movement and create more of that, right? Through your thoughts, of course. And use that to make you feel good. Make you feel good, right? Look, first time in 6 months, guys. Okay? Yes. And he wanted you there. Now, don't worry about him being on the phone the whole time with Gutter Trash. That can change, okay? Because it's a little strange. Let's just look at it this way. Logically speaking, it's a little bizarre that he would invite you to this event with the intention of talking to Gutter Trash the whole time. Now, here's likely what happened given what we know in Gutter Trash history. Gutter Trash is probably very, very jealous of you, Emmy. Very jealous. Usually Gutter Trash is jealous of you, bitches and men. And so she's probably very jealous. So she probably tried to monopolize his time on the phone because she knew you were there. So fuck that broad. In fact, every time you're together, he doesn't even look at his phone. He has no desire to talk to anyone when you're together. Ever. That will become true for you. Okay? Stick with the wedge between him and Gutter Trash. She'll play her part. She'll play her part perfectly to aid in your manifestation. And you know the funniest thing? They fucking do it all the time. They can't help themselves. They will automatically aid in your manifestation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because I tell you guys, most people want peace in their life. So that's why you create drama, not between you and SP, but between Gutter Trash and SP, because they want peace. So she's the opposite. Oh yeah, they cannot stop arguing shit. She's fucking crazy. That's everything opposite of peace, which is what pushes them away very fast from that person because they don't want that shit. Jen, when I'm leveraging his daughter, what am I saying to her? She FaceTimed me today and has been texting all day. So when you're leveraging the daughter, you're doing at least in your mind, okay? So, or to her photo, not to her. But you would say something because right now you would say something like, they cannot, like his children do not, and you know this to be true, which should work very fast for you. Okay. Like his children cannot stop talking to me, stop talking about me to Dole. Okay. All they can talk about, all they can do is tell Dole how perfect we are together and how he needs to get, and how we need to get back together today. Okay. How I'm the only one for him. Okay. Because you know that that's how his children feel anyway. Okay. So because you want to take what you know about the children, if you need help with this, Lisa, then send me a text. Okay. I want you to think, what is it that you know about the children when it comes to you? Okay. And then we're going to leverage what it is you know about them, because they will conform to that quickly because you already know this about them. Okay. So now we leverage that part and then they push it out. Yes. And I do have one, Bevy, about, I don't know if I have it about overthinking. I think, I mean, I can create one, but I think anxiety would probably be more beneficial, or anxious thoughts, if you will, would probably be more beneficial, because overthinking means you're just trying to figure out the how. Okay. So it's like, well, and that's where it's like, well, I'm affirming all this stuff, but I don't see how that's possible. Or how's this going to happen? How's that going to happen? How's this going to work out? Where am I going to live? How's this going to work out? Right. And that's overthinking things versus just being and saying, no, it's a wrap. And if you're going to overthink the positive shit. How about that? Overthink the positive shit instead. I mean, I don't think that was his intention, because that's what I just told you. That doesn't make sense. Okay. So get a grip and don't question it. Focus. Stop breathing so much fucking life into everything that you don't want. Okay. This is for everybody. Okay. Okay. Bevy, I will. Although yours is going to have to come after my weight loss, people. Mm-hmm. Yes, Sarah Anna, that's you, bitch. And someone else. I'm the best ever. What if I see something that reminded me of the past with SP? Val, it doesn't matter if you see something that reminded you of the past with SP, unless it's something negative. Okay, if it's something negative, then just flip it. Right? But if it's something positive, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you guys going down memory fucking lane. Like, when people say you need to ditch the old story, they just mean ditch the bad shit, because you guys like to think about the bad shit. Versus, there's nothing wrong with dipping into old story or dipping into the past with your SP, as long as you're focused on the good shit, the good memories, the positive things you guys did together, how much fun you guys had together, all of these things. There's nothing wrong with that, because again, remember, your subconscious mind does not have an opinion. It doesn't have the ability to decide. So you're not going to sit there and think about your past memories, all the positive shit, and your subconscious mind is going to be like, bitch, that shit happened 4 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not going to do that. Okay. It doesn't have an opinion. Okay. So if you guys go down memory damn lane, right, and immerse yourself in all the positive crap you guys did, all the good memories, all the good things, all the amazing. This is what you guys should do. You guys should recall, because let's be honest, at some point in your relationship, unless you just dated or married a complete asshole, at some point in your relationship, they told you all the things you wanted to hear. They told you they loved on you. They complimented you all the time. They said a bunch of great things about you and them together. You guys should go down that memory lane. Recall the conversations you've had with him. Recall the things that he said to you. Because understand, this is where your resistance comes into play, because you're like, well, how could I see that version of him? How can I do? Again, it's about leveraging, okay? It's about leveraging. So you're not making the shit up. It would be different if you were completely delusional because you've never been with this person ever in life. This is somebody completely new, okay? But if you're manifesting an SP back, you're not making the shit up. You're simply recalling the things that they actually told you out of their own fucking mouth. So if you recall the things that they told you out of their own mouth, that's not you trying to pretend. That's a fact. Okay, this is something they said to you. So it's like if you were to sit there and go down memory lane and think about all the things that they said to you and then pop that shit into SP now, how is that hard for you to see? They said it out of their own mouth. They've done those things before. Okay. So it's not like you're just like, nope, he was a complete asshole and an avoidance since day one. And I have no good memories of this guy. He never said anything good about me. I highly doubt that, or you would have zero desire in manifesting them back. Correct? So if that's the case, then why don't you leverage and say, okay, so because of this, what do you mean you fucking can't hear me? Am I talking to myself? Am I literally talking to myself? Okay. But hey, son. So it's all about, everything is leveraging. So it's saying, okay, I'm having a hard time wrapping myself around certain things. So about my SP, the description. So let me just dip into old story. Let me go ahead and recall things that SP has told me out of their own mouth. Things that they've maybe said about our relationship. The positive, of course, only the positive, guys. Things that they maybe have said during our relationship together, how perfect we are together, how they want to spend the rest of our life together, or whatever they told you, right? And then all the lovely, Dawn, pay attention, all the lovely things that they've said to me about me and about us. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put that into SP, because remember, your subconscious mind pushes out, manifestation pushes out what you know. Okay? What you know. So instead of just making up a gang of shit, why don't you go back to what you actually know? Because they said it. They said it. So it's not like, well, they were liars. They lied to me. No, they didn't. Okay? They said it I don't even care if they said it when they were drunk. They always, the truth comes out when people are drunk. Okay? They just lowered their barrier. Drunk people are no different than people under hypnosis. All it does is lower their barriers, which is why a lot of people will do things drunk that they would never do sober, because their barriers have been lowered. Okay. Their fear of embarrassment, of looking silly, all of these things have been distracted. Okay. They're inebriated. So because of that, everything they say out of their mouth is most likely very true. Okay. So go back to that. Remember those. Write them down. If you got to, fucking write them down. And then now go down memory lane and be like, yeah, that's my man. He has literally said that shit to me. So I know this about him. I know that's how he feels about me. I know all of this because he said it out of his own fucking mouth. So I'm going to hold on to that version. Because if your subconscious mind pushes out what you know, how is it hard for you not to know this shit when he said it? That's fucking stupid. That's stupid, right? He said it out of his mouth. What's there not to know? Okay. So that's my recommendation to you. I just need to start answering these questions. I'm giving you guys way too much value on today's call. Way too much value. And we're only an hour. We're not even an hour in. And I've already given you guys way too much value. I need to hone it back a little bit. Don't need you guys manifesting your SPs all quick and shit. Just kidding, because I love you. Okay, Aya. How do we get to be a part of the paid WhatsApp group if we were in the WhatsApp community before the paid option? Well, if you click on the link in the bio, if you click on the link in the bio, it takes you to an order form now. It doesn't take you directly to the WhatsApp group. And then you would message Kamal, and then Kamal will stick you in the groups that are a part of that. Right now there's only one, but when we add in another one, it will be there too. And on top of that, that's where the replays will be. That's where I'm going to be doing certain things for people. Yeah. Now don't trip. If you're in the regular WhatsApp group too, you'll be getting some exclusive content. But when it comes to certain techniques and stuff like that, I do want to put them into the members group, the people that showed up, to my live event. The people that registered at least. And I will tell you guys, we had almost 100% show up rate. Show me someone else that has that high of a fucking show up rate, especially when I change the date. Okay. Hey, Jacques. I've been tripping myself up over being in the state of knowing and state of having. Is there a difference? No, knowing and having is, well, I mean, I guess technically there's a difference, but it's the state of knowing is really all that you need to be concerned about. Okay. Is knowing that's happening, knowing she's yours, knowing you're together, knowing that they're going to contact you, knowing that they want to be with you, knowing that they love you, that they care about you. And that's where I think if you'll go back, if you guys will go back and you will list out, literally go old school, list the shit out. What do they tell you out of their own fucking mouth? I think it would help you guys really step into the state of knowing because they said the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm not making this shit up. That came out of his mouth. That came out of his fucking mouth. Okay? Hey, Terry, girlfriend. He told me that shit. I don't need to pretend about what kind of relationship we have. He told me that shit. He told me we have the perfect marriage. He told me that he's my best friend, that he can't live without me, and that we're going to be married forever. He told me that shit from his mouth. If you're married, go back to your vows, especially if your vows were handwritten. Okay, they weren't traditional vows. Okay, if they were not traditional vows and you guys actually created your own vows, go back to that shit. That was very much how he felt about you. Okay, so go back and recall what he said. If you got a video, watch that shit. I don't give a fuck. Go back and listen, recall his vows to you. The things he said about you, about your marriage, about you guys together, recall all that shit. And that is not who that motherfucker is right now. That is who he is for you. That is all the things that he feels about you, right? Everything he's ever said he felt about you, write that crap down. That is part of your description. That is who they are now. Because it's not hard to get on board with. They said the shit. Okay? Oh, don't even get me started, welcome to Mo, because I've been on Amazon getting random crap. I'm trying a blackhead face mask peeler. I'm fascinated by it. Although what I'm not fascinated by is when you peel it off and you see all that shit underneath it. You know what used to creep me out as I digress. You know what used to creep me out when I was a child is roses. Like, I don't even think they don't do this anymore, at least in the stores. Is, you know, when you would buy roses and they give you like the leaves, they look like little palm leaves that come out, right? Well, on the back of those leaves, there would be like dots everywhere. It looked like little tentacle, like octopus tentacles. That shit used to creep me out. I used to hate that. It used to give me I'd be like, ugh. Like, I don't know why. I'd have to pluck them out because I was like, ugh. I'm weird like that. Don't even get me started, girl, because them Shein order they get me every time because I'm like, damn, I can get a gang of shit for $100. But what I need to get is new heels. I didn't realize heels have an expiration date. Did you know heels have an expiration date? If you didn't, well, consider yourself informed. There's nothing worse than you being out of town on a date and your heel comes off. Ask me how I know that shit. That happened the last time me and my boyfriend went down to San Diego for the weekend. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Good, Andy. Good, girl. What's up, NYC, sister? No, I did not, Jackie, know that WhatsApp has group video chat. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Maybe we'll jump. Hey, Don, maybe we'll jump on a WhatsApp group video chat. As if I don't get enough of you. I'm just kidding. No, Jasmine, I will not have time to look at your DM you sent me on WhatsApp. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Of course I will. But can you put like Jasmine Damsker on there? That'd be great. Because Therefore, I know which one is yours. It's a lot easier than filtering through. But I think I've been doing really good when people respond. Like, they've been getting same day shit. Mm-hmm. Although some of you guys act like you're my only fucking client. Lisa with the butterfly. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Why do fools and life coaches stress accountability? Oh, God. Well, William, do you want to know my honest answer? I think accountability is a joke. They stress accountability, but accountability is a joke. Because a lot of people will say they want accountability, but no, they fucking don't. What they want is they want somebody to tell them it's going to be all right. They want a bestie. They do not want an accountability coach. The company I used to partner with, that's what they do. They offered accountability as a part of their offer because people said they want accountability. I said, no, they don't. I was like, because unless you're going, because here's the problem with accountability is unless you live next door to this bitch or you're in the same city, how the hell are you going to hold somebody accountable through a phone? Right? You're going to sit there and be like, did you get this done? They're going to be like, no. You're going to be like, okay, well, make sure you get it done next week then. That's not accountability, right? Versus like, if you're sitting across the table from them and they're like, you're like, did you get this done? They're like, no. You're like, I'm just kidding. Accountability is a buzzword. It's a buzzword. It's what people don't find valuable anymore. Because this is done a lot in business is they'll say, you need accountability. You are who holds you accountable. You're who holds you accountable. Now you could be supported. You could be supported by people, but you're who holds yourself accountable. There's no consequence if you don't do what you said you were going to do. So I took it a little far with my daughter. So this is how my mind works. I'll tell you what I did. Accountability, when I used to do it with my business clients, is I used to say, okay, here's the thing. So every time you don't do what I tell you you're going to do, then you're going to donate $100 to a charity you absolutely do not support. Yeah. Because maybe that'll hold you accountable, right? But then again, I can't make you do it, right? So my daughter, my friend is like, my bestie's like, bitch, why do you always take it so far? I was like, yeah, I took it a little far. So I told her, I said, if you don't do this, she's an avid animal lover, okay? She's been her entire life. She's never eaten she's a vegetarian. She's been a vegetarian her entire life, okay? She does not eat meat. The only meat she's ever eaten is a pepperoni. And that is because it goes straight to her heart. That's what she says. But she's never eaten meat ever in her life because she loves animals too much and she's not fucking stupid, okay? She knows how you get that chicken, okay? So she has this zero desire. So I told her, I said, if you don't do this, then you're going to donate $10 to an animal kill shelter. And she broke down. She lost her shit. And I was like, oh, okay, I took it a little too far. Yeah. So let's not go all there. But anyway, did I answer your questions? Because I do believe fools and life coaches stress accountability. It's not, and it's business coaches really. It's everything's accountability. It's not really that. I think it's a joke. And people will say they want accountability, but people are not willing to pay for it. Ask me how I know that shit. It wasn't in my offer. It was in somebody else's offer. He couldn't sell it for anything. And he's like, why aren't people taking it? He's like, we need to come up with a different word other than accountability. Okay, but it's still the same shit. No, what they want are results, not accountability. You know what I mean? It's called a beard. Ever heard of Rock Hudson? No, I have never ever heard of that. Well, Lisa, you won't need a skincare routine if you just placebo yourself, bitch. Okay, Kathy, you blew your 7-year-old grandson's mind this morning. I told him he would have all green lights to school. Yeah, see? She said they would have all green lights to school, and I'm willing to bank that they got all green lights to school. Hey, Freddy, girlfriend. Hey, Jirai. Yeah. Hey, Goldilocks, girlfriend. It is comforting to know that I'm not alone with the daughter issue. And now you're not alone with the daughter issue. Everyone's got fucking children issues. Children are children, except my daughter. My daughter's perfect, guys. So I don't know about your children. Just kidding. Should we only use thought transmission talking about gutter trash or use the photo method? You can do both, Nesp. I never did the photo method. Well, probably because I didn't know who she was. Okay. I knew who she was, but I didn't know who she was. Like, I didn't know her name. I didn't know anything about her. I did not know who she had social media. I mean, I figured she probably did, but I didn't even think about any of that shit. I didn't think about any of that at all. It wasn't until it was a while later, after me and my boyfriend were back in contact, we were hanging out and doing all that stuff, that he told me that, yeah, she's been following me, that she's been stalking my social media. I had no idea. I had no idea that she even, I mean, obviously common sense would tell you that she has social media, but I didn't even know her name at all. So, and then I put on my little investigative hat. It didn't take much. Found her name. Just to find out people are confused with their names. It's very bizarre. I mean, I get it if you're Asian, you know, and you came here from like another country, so you changed your name. But to like be here in the States and be confused about your whole last name, I don't understand why you got two names. You should only have one, right? A lot of people, I know a couple people like that where they go by two different names. I'm like, I get it, a nickname, but why is the last name different? I have another friend that does it. I'm like, do you not know your name? I mean, are you running from the law? Like, there's only one reason why you have two names. I'm just saying. All right. The weight loss shit, Sarah Anna, get a grip, girl. I never had a bad breakup with my SP. I blocked him, so I'm trying to leverage my specific situation. Okay, Nina, so I'd have to know what your specific situation is to guide you on that. But why do you have him blocked? For what? Do you have him, like, why do you have him blocked? And don't tell me it's so you don't look on his social media, because you can easily unblock his ass to do that. Or do you have him blocked? So thanks, Monica, so that you can look at his social media without him knowing. That would be my only conclusion as to why you have him blocked. Monica, so that you can look at his social media without him knowing. That would be my only conclusion as to why you have him blocked. Okay. But why would you have him blocked if you're manifesting him back, right? You see, usually it's the other way around. Usually people get blocked. They don't block the same person they're manifesting back. Okay. So, because some of you guys be like, oh, here we are. I briefly casually dated my SP. So it is like manifesting. So is that like manifesting a brand new SP? Not necessarily, Nina. If you briefly casually dated your SP and you didn't have a bad breakup, no, it's not. It's not, but it's about leveraging, because I didn't date my boyfriend for a long time before we ended things. Well, before he ended things. It was like, let's see here. July, August, September, 4 months. That's all we dated for, 4 months. So I didn't have like this long history with my SP. So it's not like manifesting necessarily a brand new person. It's manifesting what you want. But since you don't have a bad version necessarily, then you should see movement rather quickly from him. You should see movement rather quickly from your SP. But again, I come down to the question of, why are you blocked? Or I mean, why did you block him? Because it's usually not common when people say they never had a bad breakup. Okay. So when people say they never had a bad breakup and you briefly casually dated, usually blocked isn't the first thing somebody does. Right? Like I certainly did. Well, he doesn't have an active profile, but I didn't. Well, he's not on there often, but I didn't go block him. That wasn't the first thing because I didn't have any animosity towards him. Why would I block him? You know? So something else, sis, if you want to slide in my DMs and explain that, I would love to know. How do you react in person if you hear something you don't want to hear? Same way, Lisa, with the butterfly, that you would react if you lived with your SP. You can have, so here's the thing, you can have a discussion, okay? Because that's like a relationship, right? It's not like every time they say something, you're going to be like, okay. Then they say something a week later, like, okay. Like, you can have a discussion, but a healthy discussion, okay? So it's like, they say something and then you're like, you can respond, but you're like, yeah, you know, I can see where you're coming from, but it's like, okay. And then you like, so like, let's say you have a disagreement on a child, right? And you could be like, okay, well, you know, she's actually a really good kid. You know, she maybe doesn't have chores or, you know, all of these things, but yet she started her own business. She's also, you know, she gets the superintendent, she gets the dean honor roll award all the time. She's very routine oriented. I don't have to do shit. Like all of these things, right? So you're having a discussion, but you're not like, look, motherfucker, how dare you talk about my daughter like that and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that happened to me. I'm just saying that it's like one of those things where it's not like, you don't have to be like, look, I don't need you to talk to me that way, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, they're not going to be like, you know, just, you can talk, but you don't have to get heated. And then in your mind, when you're all finished, again, careful what you say, right? Because you can take it back, but why do all that work when you could just like, when you can see it going left and he's starting to annoy you and you're going to be like, you know what? I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Cuss his fucking ass out. Say whatever the fuck you got to say. Yeah. Look like a weirdo in the public bathroom. I don't give a shit. But then be like, when you're all done, be like, we're great. He's a perfect boyfriend. And then when you go back to the table, then collect yourself and have a conversation. Okay. You can say how you feel, but not in a hostile way. There's a very different communication 101 is listening to listen, not listening to respond. Okay. If you're listening to respond, you're not actually listening to what they're saying. Okay. You're already you're not even listening at all. You're formulating a response to that shit in your mind. And you're like ready for, like, you're like sitting there ready and you're like, are you done talking yet? Because, oh, don't worry. I've already got my response. I've already got my fucking response. Versus if you actually sat there and listened to what they were saying, oftentimes, because you have to understand people's feelings are their feelings, right? So oftentimes you would find that they actually have a valid point. And you'd be like, you don't have to agree, but you could be like, I can see where you're coming from when it comes to that. You know, like I can see that side. That throws them off. Because they're like, old you would have been like, look, bitch, who the fuck do you think you're talking to like that? Versus you're over here now acting like an adult being like, you know what? I actually can see where you're coming from on that. And then he's like, really? Yeah, actually. Yeah, you have a point. You know, I can see where you're coming from on that. And then you can expand on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things like that. Good, Lisa. So write those down. I've totally changed his life. His life is never the same his life is not the same without me in it. Right? And replay those conversations to him. Yeah, I've changed your life. Look at his ass and be like, I've changed your life and you need me in your life. So the mirror, if he never said it but showed it to you, that's the same thing in a description of your SP. Is like, he shows me every day whatever he showed you. Okay? That's what he shows you every day. That's part of his description. That's because they got them beer goggles on, Ness. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen on Bar Rescue where sometimes if their bartenders get drunk on the job, that they'll give them beer goggles to see what they see, and they can't even see straight? Of course they go with the ugliest girls because they can't even see. My SP frequently said that she can see her life without me in it. Well, not anymore. Oh, okay. I was going to say that sounds rude. Yeah, perfect. So that's part of the description of your SP is she can't see her life without you in it. Okay. Put all of those in there. Put all of those in there. Okay. Because those are going to help you. They're going to help you. Okay. Because they're going to start. Remember I told you guys that every day I want you guys to throw something at random out there. So I want you to throw out something random in your description of your SP. Just throw it out there randomly. Like, yeah, they can't imagine they can't imagine their life without me in it. And then just keep pushing. Right? Because this is not something that you're thinking about often. Okay. It's different if you're like, for some of you, there's resistance there. If you're like, yeah, they're going to text me today because you're thinking often against it throughout the day. Like I haven't heard from them. They haven't texted me, blah, 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 blah. Right. And so you throughout the day are thinking against that. But what if you just threw out something in their description? You're not thinking about that shit all day long, right? You're not over here all day long like, yeah, they totally just can't imagine their life without me in it. Like literally can't imagine their life without me in it. Like they literally think I'm perfect. You're not thinking about that all day long. Okay. It's not, but what would happen if you just said it one time? Right. And you just threw that out there. Like, yeah, they think I'm perfect. Literally. And then you moved on. These things are manifesting, guys. They're manifesting all the things that you want in your perfect description of your SP. They're manifesting. Yeah, he's constantly showing me affection. And then you move on because you're not thinking about that all day long. Okay. So now all of a sudden they're conforming to the parts of your description of your SP because you're not giving it another fucking thought. You said it once and now you moved on. You said it again. Although if you manifest bad things when it comes to your SP, take a page out of my book. Don't tell their ass. Don't tell them. Because then they can't let it go. Unless I decide he's going to let it go. So is it that paid group for the original members? Yeah, Terry, it's not the community itself. It's a group within the community. My SP was messaging and talking to half-naked women on Facebook last night, still stalking his page. My SP was messaging and talking to half-naked women on Facebook last night while stalking his page. Ha! Okay, Angie, I'm confused by this whole fucking thing. My SP was messaging and talking to half-naked women on Facebook last night while stalking his page. So you were stalking his page, correct? This is not the same Angie let me know, Angie, are you the same person that I text with? A good welcome to Mo. Well, he cannot stop talking about how much he wants to marry you. Yeah, he absolutely wants to marry me. You have that on video, welcome to Mo? Fucking play that shit to yourself so you don't digress in your thoughts. When you're like, this isn't going the way I want it to, play that shit. Yeah, that's right, he wants to marry me. That is right. I want you to tell me right now, Angie, are you the person that I fucking talk to by text? Come on, I'm waiting, sister. I'm waiting. I scrolled all the way down. All the way down. So I have him blocked on WhatsApp, but unfriended elsewhere. Come on, hurry up. I went all the way down just to find out if you're the same chick I've been texting. Because if you're not, let's assume you're not. Okay, because I don't think you'd be stalking. Okay. So we'll just say you're not Angie. This happened to another client of mine. Okay. It's happened to another client of mine, except slightly worse scenario than yours. So she persisted in the opposite. Okay. She persisted in the opposite. And she sent me a message the beginning, maybe it's on the weekend, if Friday at the latest. Okay. Friday at the latest. She sent me a message on Friday and says, she goes, oh, she came on here and she said, I have great news. You have to check your messages. And I said, fantastic. And so I checked my messages, and she went from, like I said, her situation was worse than yours. Okay. She went from that to he completely unfollowed and unfriended all them bitches and everything. For her, that was huge in their relationship because it was like really huge in their relationship because it was a huge obstacle she had to overcome. Because like I said, it was a lot worse than what you're claiming. Okay. So therefore she went to, but it was a huge win for her. This was a huge victory for her because it was a big problem in their relationship. So for you, first of all, you have two options. I will say go with both options. Okay. Now I got to scroll all the way fucking back up. Okay. I want you to go with both options. First of all, affirm against it. Okay. Affirm against it. Okay. Like, no, he only has eyes for you. He has zero desire to talk to anyone but me. Like, he doesn't desire anyone but me. Okay. I'm the only one he talks to, right? Like literally that type of thing is how you have to look at it. Second of all, who gives a shit? Go to be honest, Angie. Who gives a shit? Okay. First of all, you're choosing to stalk his page. Okay. Why are you stalking his page? What were you hoping to find? There's only one reason you're stalking his page. Okay. Now, do you have his password to social media? Because how do you know he's messaging these bitches? We'll start there. Okay. It will start there. How do you know he's messaging them? Second of all, he's talking, and how do you know he's talking to them? Unless it's like in the comments. Who gives a fuck? That's about as silly as me. Get it? Which I understand. I understand. I'm an acquired taste. That's right, Bliss. Keep going. I understand I'm an acquired. Oh, here we are. I don't know. I do from time to time. It was a fake account. He's on. You can tell, not real. Okay. I don't know where we're going with that, but here's the thing. Look, who gives a shit? I understand that I do things quite different, but that's because my level of confidence is different. Okay. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't. I sit there and I take it for what it is. I know I'm a bad bitch. Okay. I know I'm a bad bitch. I know what I bring to the table in a relationship. I know who the fuck I am as a girlfriend. However, if you think that I'm going to go and put on 4.5-inch stiletto fucking heels, jump on a pole, shake my ass, and look hot as fuck doing it, you got me all the way screwed up. So I have no problem taking my man to a strip club. I'll buy his ass a lap dance too. And I have a good ass time at strip clubs, actually. I put foot on the stage somewhere like that. But I have a good ass time at strip clubs. I go to strip clubs. I look hot as shit. But if you think that I'm going to sit there and think I'm competing with them bitches, no. Mm-mm. Instead, I'm like, that's right. Get them all riled up, because guess who he's coming home with? Me. You think I give a shit? Do you think I care? No. Them bitches can move in a way that on top of that, so what? There's certain things that guys like. Okay. Just like there's certain things us ladies like. This cannot be one-sided. Okay. So I have this client. He's a fitness coach. And hopefully he's not watching this shit. But he's a fitness coach. My boyfriend is well aware of who this client is. And he's like, he always calls me, goes, oh, Cliff, huh? Yeah, that's his name. But can't deny that man is hot. Yeah, he like on the cover of Men's Fitness magazine, he got the chiseled abs, right? He's a fitness coach, ladies. He's got the whole 6-pack abs, the whole bit, right? The big guns with the hot tattoos on them. Because, there's something about big guns with tattoos that just, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am. Now, my boyfriend has preferences too when it comes to like women, right? There's certain things he likes to look at, like a big ass. So why do you think I'm manifesting one, huh? Okay, so what? So what? We are at a restaurant. I was like, you're checking her ass out, aren't you? He's like, you think it's real? So what? Who cares? Who gives a shit? There are lots of bras on the menu. You do. You're telling me you've never seen another guy and thought he was hot? Come on now. There's not an actor. Now you think it's hot? Come on now. Okay? I'm not saying that you're all up in their DMs talking to them or anything, but you know what? If you're going to snoop, you're going to get snooping results. Who cares? Who cares? You got to relax and let this shit go. Let it go. Trying to manifest some back mall. You are. Lena, what to do when a third party is involved? Ooh, I'm good at this. Okay. So if there's a third party involved, right? I only have 2 hands. So this is you. This is gutter trash. That's what we call them. We don't call them third parties right here. We call them gutter trash. Why? Because third parties, they imply competition. Gutter trash, on the other hand, no one competes with trash. Okay. So this is gutter trash. This is SP. Right now they're here. You're over here. Okay. So we have to take and we have to remember, this is where we leverage everyone as you pushed out. Okay. So if everyone as you pushed out means that everyone in your reality, including gutter trash, because she's in your reality too, if everyone has to show up in your reality based on your assumptions of them, okay, then what happens is, what do you want to assume about gutter trash? Because she must show up in your reality to your SP, okay, not to you, but to your SP, based on your assumptions of her. So you want to sit there and create a killer identity. Be like, because remember, identity is at the hierarchy of change, guys. Okay, so you want to say, like, I like crazy personally. Okay, you can say she's crazy, she's a fucking psycho, she's got anger issues, she's a raging ass bitch, right? Whatever you want. I personally like crazy or psycho. Now, don't think they're going to be like, in the psycho movie, okay? No. So when you give her an identity, she now has to conform to that assumption of her. So if you assume she's crazy and you assume she's a psycho and tell yourself that, she has to conform, and they conform very fast to that identity. Very fast. I'm talking like 24 hours they've conformed to that identity. So now you're building the wedge between gutter trash and SP, because she must show up as crazy, unstable, psychotic to SP. Okay, so then you can say anything that you want when it comes to creating that wedge even further. So you can say something so simple like, he fucking hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. You can say she doesn't exist. Nope, she doesn't exist. She doesn't exist. She doesn't exist, right? Or he doesn't like her. He doesn't, whatever you want, okay? I used to say, he can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. He fucking hates her. She's gone away, okay? So now you've created the wedge. Now, gutter trash is going to do exactly what you did, exactly what everybody does to try and save her relationship. She's going to force the 3D. And as we know, forcing the 3D never works. So she's going to do nothing but push him away. And while you're also affirming for you and SP, he's going to come on home to mama. That's how that works. So if you'll do exactly that, gutter trash will play her part perfectly. Gutter trash plays their part perfectly in aiding in your manifestation. Now, one thing you cannot do is view her as competition. That's why you call her gutter trash, right? We send her ass back to the dumpster she crawled out of. Okay. And so you cannot view her as the reason you and SP are not together. Okay. An obstacle. You cannot view her as that. On top of that, there are 2 identities you can never give gutter trash. And that is control. And gutter trash is anybody, remember, okay? You cannot view them as controlling or manipulative. Because as long as you view them as controlling or manipulative, even if it's clear as day, even if it's blatantly obvious, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But that means that your boyfriend, has to continue to be manipulated and controlled by gutter trash. We don't want that. So do not give them that identity. Now, you also have to understand that gutter trash can exit the equation at any time. Anytime. Okay? She can exit immediately. She can go away immediately. She could take a little bit of time. She could stick around for a little bit. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she must play her part. She must exit your relationship, okay? That's a fact. That's a fact. There's nothing that can change that, okay? So when you change your assumptions about her, she could leave immediately. She could leave. She could also she could leave at any time, but she could also be the very reason why you get your entire manifestation. She could be there all the way until the end, until you get your entire manifestation. Ask me how I know that. But that was the reason why I got my full manifestation. She couldn't stop it. She played her part perfectly. Okay. So that's all you have to remember. That's all you have to remember. Okay. And they will play. Thanks, Lindsay girlfriend. And I just saw your message on my Insta. Okay. So that's what you have to remember. But do not obsess over, do not compare yourself to her. Like no one compares to me, bitch. What? And tell yourself that no one compares to me. No one compares to me at all. In any sense of that word. Have you seen me? And let's be honest. We all know that typically gutter trash is always, what do they always say? Never an upgrade, always a downgrade. That's always true. Amric, you're very sweet, but I'm in a relationship. My specific person returned. He blocked me for around a month, but now he blocked me again. Kia bet. You know what? We're going to do the exercise. We're going to do the exercise before I get all pissed off. Too soon. We're going to do the exercise, but somebody did ask a question earlier that I'm going to answer her because she asked repeatedly. No, Cliff is not in San Diego, Danielle. He is like near Washington, D.C. Lenore, send me a message. Becky, you get the level of confidence by literally just reminding yourself, like literally remind yourself who the hell you are. This is like, you need to go back to the person you were in the beginning of your relationship with your SP. Okay. There's a reason why they pursued you. There's a reason why they wanted to be with you because you had a certain level of confidence about you, right? You need to see yourself as like, look, I've had how many boyfriends? I don't care. How many boyfriends have you had? Like, that's right. Because who wouldn't want me? How many times have you been on dating apps and saw messages come across, right? How many times have you been out and seen people look at you, right? Different things like that. And knowing what you bring to the table is, it's something that's built naturally. It's built naturally. I mean, it's something that you just need to remind yourself, like, yeah, all of you every one of you should be looking at your SPs. Think Shan's girlfriend. Every one of you should be looking at your SPs all the same way. Like, you're even lucky I fucking want your ass because you know I have options. You don't have options. So I'm going to need you to conform. You're going to conform now because I have options, bitch. And you're lucky that you're one of them. You're lucky you're at the forefront because I could have somebody else too. Period. But you have more confidence by dropping your insecurities. Okay. You have confidence. Confidence comes from yourself. It doesn't come from other people, but you have to drop your insecurities because the more insecure you are, the more unconfident you are. Right. Because you think, thanks, Shanzi girl, because you think that, look, you think like other women are hotter than you. Who gives a fuck? You know, when you stop looking at everything from an insecure standpoint and start looking at everything for what it is, then your self-confidence goes up because it's like, do I think I'm a bad bitch? Yes. But do I think that like there's not hot women out there in the world? No, I'm not blind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? So what? Do I think that they're in that, am I insecure or jealous if we were to go out? Well, yeah, but if we were to go out and like people were looking at my boyfriend all the time, would I be jealous? No, I would be flattered because of course my man is hot. Why wouldn't people look? Right? That's how my boyfriend is when we go out and people look at me. He'll be like, he's like, I see, he goes, every time we go out, I can see guys checking you out. He goes, but I know who you're coming home with. Right? So it's flattery to them. It's flattery to guys. Most guys are secure because they know who they're coming home with. That's the same attitude you need to have. Like, I know who he's with, so I don't give a fuck if he likes someone else, some half naked bitch on fucking Facebook story. You think I give a shit? No. I don't care if he watches porn. So what? Who cares? Because I'm secure within myself, right? I'm secure within myself. So I don't need to worry about that shit. I don't need to view everything and everybody as a competition standing in between me and my SP. For what? For what? That type of shit, you guys are going to get all up in your head and it's going to get you fucked up. Liz, what the hell would I be yelling at you for? Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I thought, girl. Okay. I was like, I'm not getting you too confused. Okay, yeah. I will not yell at you because you've been doing great. I like how she responded. Okay, let's see here. My SP and we're going to do this last one before we do the exercise and then I'll answer your question. My SP and I live together, but he told me to move out by May 31st. We're going through a rough patch. Thank you, Morena. I got that. What can I do right now to make him tell me to stay? Okay. So Morena, you need to see him as your perfect SP, okay? You need to see him as that person that caused you to move in with this man, okay? Second of all, you can affirm that obviously you're going through a rough patch. He wants you to move out. So you can affirm that, like, absolutely not. I'm the love of his life. I'm the love of his life. He absolutely wants me to live with him, right? Because you're already living together, but then he'll reverse his decision, right? About you not wanting to move out, but you can't breathe life into him asking you to move out because that ain't going to change. Okay. That isn't going to change. But luckily for you, May 31st is a long time from now. It's a long time from now. So don't worry about May 31st. Forget May 31st even exists. Like what move out? Like you're being evicted. I don't think so, bitch. I'm here to stay. And I'm here to stay because you are definitely, I'm here to stay and you're definitely going to want me to stay because I'm the love of your fucking life. And you know we have the perfect relationship and you absolutely want to live with me forever. Okay? Yeah. You're not going a damn place as long as you start to refuse to accept what he said. Okay? You need to stop accepting what he said. Wait, what? That's right. Gutter trash is always a downgrade. Always a downgrade. You know why? They catch them when they're vulnerable. They lost the best thing. They lost the best thing in their life, aka you. So they needed to they needed to find some thirsty ass broad that had nothing going for them, and thus entered gutter trash. Mm-hmm. But the good thing is that trash is temporary, right? And you're permanent. So when caviar comes back around, what do you think he's going to do with the trash? Throw her ass out. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. You were just a placeholder. Bye. Goodbye. I'm sure there's always a troll. There's always a troll. Hey, Jen, how do you prevent hot and cold reaction? All right, hold your questions and then I'll respond to you because this lady got to go to the bathroom. Okay? All right. Okay, so get in a nice comfy place, guys. Nice comfy place, right? We're going to cut the energetic connection between you and your SP, the energy cord. If you want this video to revert back to, assuming you're on TikTok, not on YouTube watching the replay, then you head over to my bio or head over to my profile on TikTok. And there's a series of 3 videos of me wearing a red shirt. It's the first fucking video. It's a trilogy, 3 in a row, first video. Save that video because this is where I walk you through this technique, okay? But in case you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, you want one-on-one coaching, or I have a new manifestation bundle pack, or you want to join my WhatsApp group, you want sleep meditations, guided hypnosis, whatever your pleasure, all links are in my bio. Okay, so this works very powerful. I had somebody she got contact after 20 minutes, okay? I got contact from an ex that I was just trying to cut the energy cord. And I hadn't talked to him in over 8 years, and he contacted me within 72 hours, like, hey, I was just thinking about you. How you doing? I was like, okay. So because of that, it works very good. And what it's designed to do is it's designed to dead the negative energy between you and SP. So therefore, there's no stale energy. So when they think about you, because they will notice a shift, you will pop into their mind within a very short period of time. And when you pop into their mind, this time they're going to think about you differently. Okay. There's a different shift in energy. I'm not going to say they're going down memory lane about you, but when you will pop into their mind, but instead of them being like, ugh, they'll be like, okay. So that's the point of this. Okay. If you're not a huge visualizer, don't worry about it. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. I'm not a huge visualizer. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you can't hear their voice, again, doesn't matter. Just know. And there's certain parts, like you can imagine, it's not that difficult. All right, just go with it. Go with the flow, baby, as they say. All right, so I want you guys to close your eyes, and I want you to take 3 deep breaths in and out. And I want you to imagine that you're in a dark theater. You're sitting in a seat in the middle of this theater. You're alone. There's no one there except for you. And in front of you, there's a large, giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that goes from the top of the ceiling down to the center of the stage. I want you to stare into that light for just a moment. As you start to stare into that light, you start to notice that you're not alone. In fact, you notice that off into the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, you see a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to shift your focus to the shadowy figure now, you start to realize that that is your SP. So I want you to call your SP into the center of the light, center of the stage, and into the light. Say their name. Do it now. As your SP begins to step into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you notice that there's a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. Now I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions. And I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear the sound of their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP, do you support me? Hear them tell you, yes. Now ask them, do you love me? Also hear them tell you, yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time, they're not going to respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP in their eyes, and I want you to tell them, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut that gold cord that runs from your third eye. And as that gold cord starts to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your second hand and I want you to grab the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And your SP gets farther and farther and smaller and smaller and farther and farther and smaller and smaller and farther until they just disappear. Now take one deep breath in and out and open your eyes. All right, Monica, bitch, you're lucky I didn't start laughing. Because I just saw your comment and I was like, I was already past that step and I almost started cracking up. No, you're good. That's a good idea, M. White the Blonde. This doesn't take long. So you know what I'll do is if you guys are in, yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so if you guys are in my WhatsApp group, okay, I'm going to create a group. I'm going to create a group, aka my admins. That's going to be, maybe it'll be like it'll be like, I need two. I don't need two. I only need one, but it'll be techniques. Okay. These will be like general techniques for the general public in my WhatsApp group, if you will. These are not the same for my members only, but I mean, you'll have access to them where I'll record this technique. Well, it's on my fucking Why are you watching on YouTube, bitch, when you can watch it on my TikTok? But I'll take those videos and I will put them in the WhatsApp group. So you guys will have the cord cutting and the photo method without the ads playing. But hopefully you're not skipping the ads. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Someone said that before in a video I was watching. I was like, I'm not going to lie. I skipped the ads. The fuck am I going to there? I care for. All right. Now let's do the photo method. Now it is my intention right up front. I saw it, Nina. It is my intention up front that each and every one of you, that as many of you as possible right now will get contact from your SP. Okay. Because I need you guys to start thinking differently. I need you guys to start seeing a version of your SP that is perfect for you, a version of your SP that does all the things you want them to do, that contacts you, who wants to see you, who wants to be in a relationship with you, who wants to spend all their time with you, who loves you, and all of these things. That person is there. I need you to tap back into that version of your SP for you and only you. And so that's what the photo method is for. The photo method is designed for you to get contact from your SP by simply by using thought transmission directly through their photo. Okay. Now, I need you to relax. Okay. I need you just to relax during this method and don't put any pressure on it. Don't try. Just know that they're going to contact you because you said so. Okay. And that, just know that. Just be like, yeah, it's done. They're going to contact me just like other people get contact every time we do this. So I'm no different. They're going to contact me. I don't need to worry about shit. Okay. All right. So I want you to go back into a time in your relationship. Typically it's in the beginning when everything in your relationship was perfect. Okay, where they checked all the boxes. They did all the things. They were literally your perfect person. I want you to recall that version now. And I want you to remember how they made you feel. How did they make you feel? How did they treat you? Who were they as that person for you? Why them? Was it about them? I want you to remember those qualities of your SP. Forget who they were 5 seconds ago. That version doesn't exist anymore. That version does not exist anymore. The only version that exists right now is your perfect person. The one who worships the ground that you walk on, the one that you never ever questioned if you would talk to them today, if they would message you, if you were going to spend time with them, if they wanted to be with you. You never questioned that from them. Therefore, they did all the things that you wanted because they're your perfect person. I want you to call them right now. And I want you to bring that version, hold that version of your perfect person and bring them into your current reality right now. No other version of your SP exists from this point forward. No other version. This is who they are for you and only you. Forget the past. Any past indiscretions, any past arguments, anything they've ever said to you in the past that has hurt your feelings, that no longer exists. Okay, that no longer exists. Instead, the only person that exists right now is your perfect version. The one who can't wait to contact you, the one who absolutely wants to be with you, who cannot get enough of you, who's constantly spending time with you. That is who they are for you right now. Now, if you are new here, I want you to put on your crown. Put it on right now. Go ahead. And if you are not new here, a lot of you need to straighten that shit. Straighten it up. Okay? Straighten up your crown. Okay? You are perfect. You're the perfect girlfriend, perfect husband, perfect wife, perfect boyfriend. You are perfect. Now, when kings and queens give a command, do they question, wonder, doubt, check if their commands will be fulfilled? No. When a king and queen gives a command, they know. They don't need to check. They don't need to question. They don't need to doubt. They don't need to do any of that shit. They know and expect their command to be fulfilled. Why? Because they're the queen. They're the king. Just like you're the queen and you're the king of your reality. What you say goes. And there is no other option. There is no other way. You are now that person. So I want you to grab your SP's photo out right now. Now, if you are alone, say this shit out loud. Say it with a little bit of backbone. If you are not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a weirdo. Okay? Now, if you are in no contact with your SP, or you are in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then I want you to look at their picture and you're going to tell them they're going to contact you right now. Now, you can say contact me, call me, text me, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Okay? You can literally, that's all you have to do is sit there and look at their photo and tell them to contact you. You're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Okay? If you are in consistent contact, you have two choices. You can say they're contacting you right now just to prove your power, or you can move to the next step and say, you're coming to see me today. 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 Now, if you are in a friendship, situationship, relationship, any of the ships, then you have choices. You can say they're coming to see you today. They're contacting you right now, or you can have fun with it. Say you're cooking me dinner tonight. You're bringing me dinner tonight. You're buying me flowers today. You're going to rub my feet tonight. You're going to give me a massage today. You are giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Okay? Doesn't matter. They must fulfill your commands. It's now time for you to start owning that. It's time for you to tap into your innate power right now and know that they are always hearing 100% of your thoughts when it comes to you and them. So step into your power right now and tell them what to do, and expect it. Know it. Okay? Give your commands right now and expect them to contact you. you can relax and expect them to contact you right now. Right now. Okay? Now, what are you talking about over here? The white the blonde, excuse me. SP does not have to be just romantic, specific person, anybody. Yes. It could be anybody manifesting. It could be anybody. Thought transmission does not work one direction. It works across the board. Okay, you can use the photo method on anyone that you want. Anyone that you want. This is where we leverage. If you want to use it on gutter trash, you can certainly use it on gutter trash if you want. I had to go get my own. So you can use it on gutter trash, and you can tell her, you've moved on. You've found somebody else. You've moved on. Okay, and they will move on. Okay, bye. Toodaloo. Let's say you have a family member that is not your family member. It could be your family member, or maybe it's an SP's family member that you feel is a problem in your relationship. You can use it on them and say, you love me. Yeah, I'm your number one fan. Like, you literally think I am perfect for your son. You cannot stop talking about me to your son and how we can get back together, right? Maybe there's an influential person in their life, like a parent or somebody else. Maybe there's an influential person in their life. You can go ahead and use it on them as well. There's no limits to who you can use it on. Okay, you can use it on anybody. That's right. He's contacting you right now, bitch, because you said so. Now, yes, you're not going to call him, Nadine. You were not going to call him. Okay? Okay. The photo method, in case you are new, is pinned to the top of my profile. Okay? You can go ahead. It's got like 40-something thousand views on it. You can go ahead and click on that, bitch, and it's there. I also expanded on the photo method. There's part 2 where there's part 2 where I told you can use this to leverage. If you scroll through my profile, you won't have to search far. I think it's got like 20,000 views. Okay. So watch that, save it, do it, and do it, and do it. There's no amount of time. There's no amount of time, or there's no like, well, how often can I do this? You can do this as often as you want. You can do this literally as often as you want to get whatever you want from them. So you can do whatever you want. You guys need to stop accepting. How many different words I got to tell you? Just stop accepting what they fucking tell you, unless it's something that you want to hear. Okay. If somebody tells you something you don't want to hear, stop accepting it. Okay. You're getting hot and cold behavior because you're wavering. Okay. You're wavering between versions of your SP. It's like a part of you. This is where we're going to do parts integration. Okay. As a technique for my members only. And, maybe I'll do this on my YouTube too for my members only. I have one member. I've done nothing to promote it. Okay. But anyway, this is where we're going to do parts integration, where part of you sees SP as perfect, but a part of you can't let the past go, right? A part of you wants something new. Part of you can't hold on to the past. Part of you is wanting new version of SP, but a part of you still holds on to old version, right? You're flip-flopping back and forth. So this is where parts integration, again, it's about hearing your subconscious mind. We bring all the parts that are conflicted between you, and we merge them together, because there's always something to learn, right? So we learn, merge them together, and now you're in complete alignment instead of being conflicted all the fucking time. Hot and cold behavior only comes because you are conflicted. You are wavering between, like I tell you guys, it's so easy for you guys to persist in perfect SP when everything is fucking peachy king in your relationship. Okay. It's real easy to see them as that perfect version, but it's when they start to pull back, when they start to, like, they have an attitude one day. That's when the growth happens. That's when you have to actually try, if you will, to hold the version of your SP that you want and expect them to be for you, by not taking shit personal, by not taking things personal and flipping it in your mind over and over and over again. Okay. So you need to do that. You guys need to do that. Assign only the meaning that you want it to mean. I don't care if you're sitting there on the couch with your SP and you see him text somebody. What do you want it to mean? Or you see him check his phone, he puts it down. What do you want it to mean? Assign only that meaning to them. Okay. I don't care what they tell you out of their fucking mouth. They can literally be like, I'm not affectionate. My entire family just is not affectionate. They're just not affectionate people. Okay. What the fuck's that got to do with me and you? I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and add that into the description of you, that you're constantly showing me affection. And then they will. Ask me how I know that. And they'll do it quickly. Very, very quickly. Okay, if you guys would use any kind of movement, I don't care if they liked your fucking stories or they unblocked you. If you would use any slight movement and you would say, okay, because this is where you leverage movement, and you say, okay, there's movement here. Even if it's the smallest fucking movement, you're like, okay, I can get this motherfucker to do whatever I want him to do because I just got him to unblock me. Things have to happen naturally, but you can't be like, is that movement? Yes, it is movement. It looks like it would happen naturally. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. Where you might question, like, was that me, or would that have happened anyway? No, it's always you. It's only you. Okay, so you take that and say, okay, I got him to unblock me. So just like I got him to unblock me, I can get him to fucking call me. I can get him to text me. I can get him to do whatever I want him to do. And when you tell yourself that, you don't have to tell yourself that all the time. This is a random thought that pops into your head. That pushes out. That pushes out every time because it's random thoughts that pop in your head. You don't think about it again, right? You say something, you don't think about it again. It manifests. Usually it's the negative shit because we don't dwell on it. We don't think about it. We're not trying to manifest the negative crap, but you think about it once, you do nothing about it, and boom, it manifests. Okay, so instead, you need to go the opposite direction and say, okay, well, if I can manifest the negative shit instantly, then how do I leverage that and manifest the positive shit instantly? Okay, I'm just going to have some random thought pop in my head. And I'm going to leverage the movement and say, I don't care if he texts you saying, where's my shirt? Do you have my shirt? Like, of course he's texting me. So just like I got him to send me that text, I can get him to text me again and again and again. And then keep it pushing and watch how quickly he texts you again. Okay? But so often you guys are like, I text him, but I want him to text me. I want him to text me first and blah, 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 blah. That's great. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying fucking text him, Nadine. But a relationship is not one-sided. It's not one-sided. Okay? Because here's the vibe. My boyfriend gave me his phone number, right? He texted me his phone number. Does that mean I was like, I'm not going to text him until he fucking texts me first? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I knew if I texted him, he would respond, you got me all the way fucked up if you think I'm going to play the little petty game. Because don't get me, you guys know I'm all for the petty game. I'm all for the petty game. But if you think, that's right, he's coming over this weekend again, bitch. If you think that for a second, I'm going to sit there and be like, nope, I'm going to wait. Nope, I want what I want, and I'm going to get what I want. So yeah, I'm going to text his ass, especially if I know he'll respond. I'm going to send him a message. Just like I called him. Okay, did I sit there and be like, did I know if he'd respond? No, I didn't. But I called him and he answered. I obviously was failing at my job because I didn't even know he was home. I thought he was home. But I'm not going to sit there and wait because I want what I want. So if that means that I need to text him, then that's what I'm going to do. Now, does that mean that you can't flip that? No, that's not what that means. So that's where a part of my rampage would always be like, he texts me good morning. Like you know, my affirmations, right? He's always calling and texting me. That was a part of my rampage. But then right after that, I'd say, he texts me good morning every single day. Well, I didn't robotically affirm that. I said it like once or twice a day in my rampage. So then all of a sudden he started texting me first. Good morning. I told you guys it'd be like 2 p.m. Good morning, right? Things like that. I know around what time he wakes up. So I would sit there, and do you think I sat there and check my phone? No, I would check every once in a while. So what? I wasn't over here like he hasn't texted me yet, though. You can look at your phone. It doesn't mean anything, but you can't in your mind be like, why isn't he texting me? When's he going to text me? He hasn't texted me today yet. Why isn't he texting me? That you don't do. Okay. But you can look at it. There's no crime in you looking at your phone. But then you tell yourself the opposite. Yeah, he's going to text me in a minute. Yeah, he's for sure going to text me. And he does. Boom. 20 minutes later, hour later, text. Perfect. You're in control. But it's a lot easier for you to step into the assumption when you take control. When you take control. That's right. He's coming over to see you this weekend, girlfriend. Why wouldn't he? You know, and so when you start, and that's the ultimate power, guys, is yeah, it's cool to wait for the text, right? But like I said, and I'll say it one more time, you got me all the way fucked up if you think I'm not going to text him first. Of course I will, especially if I know he'll respond. I'll text him. You think I care? Nope, not at all. And then you know what? Then he's going to freaking text me back. Hey, soul. And that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters. Mariah, does this work for a person that doesn't have an SP? Oh yeah, that's what we answered already. Yes, it is. And that's what you guys have to realize, okay? Is I'm going to, because you know what? Hello. That's what I want. And I want what I want. Mary, I got your message. We'll talk, okay? I need to say, oh, yeah, you do. White, the blonde. That's what I like. What somebody said. I think it was James probably said that when they talk and they say something you don't want to hear, it's like the teacher and the Charlie Brown show. You're like, I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. And changing your mind over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. So yeah, Shanae says she texts first all the time. Yeah, why not? Who gives a shit? I don't need to plead. I'm all about the petty game, but I am not above getting what I want and staying top of mind. Call it what you want. Did I chase him in the text? No. But you can be like, hey, good morning. Hope you have a good day. I did that. So, and then guess what he would do? Write me back. Duh. Yeah. Shanae hopefully has learned a lesson by now. Hopefully Shanae's learned her lesson. Yes, Stanchi, I am. You need to relax, bitch. Shanae's learned by now that she's like, that's it. I'm locked in because it's backfired enough. And at some point in time, I knew you were here, bitch. At some point in time, you have to learn your lesson, right? At some point in time, you have to learn your lesson. You know, I taught my daughter this from a very early age. I told her, I said, for every bad choice you make, there's a consequence, always. Some more severe than others. But there's always a consequence when you make a bad choice, always. So you need to learn to make the right choices, to learn from your mistakes so that you don't keep fucking repeating the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. You know, that's the one thing that they say about insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you continue to do the same thing over and over again in your mind, what makes you think all of a sudden you're going to get a different result? You're not. The only way you're going to get a different result is if you do something differently. If you do something differently. For me, this was never a job. Did I affirm? A lot? 1,000%. I don't hide that. I affirmed a lot, but it wasn't a job to me. I didn't even think about it, to be quite frank. I wasn't like, I need to affirm. Now it's natural to me. It's natural to me to affirm. Often. I mean, obviously not when I'm on the phone with you guys, of course. But it's just natural for me to affirm. I don't look at it like I'm suffocating something. I'm coming from lack. What are you talking about? No. I didn't think about any of that shit. I just thought, I want what I want. I'm going to discipline my mind. So therefore, if I affirm, then I don't have to worry about shit. So therefore it conforms. And then I got one text. I ran with that shit. I told you guys. But you guys get all up in your fucking head. I ran with that shit. I was like, okay, keep going. I wasn't like, oh, well, it was just a text. I wonder if I'm going to get one tomorrow. No. Or wake up the next day being like, is he going to text me today? No, I didn't do any of that. I just kept going. I didn't analyze shit. Stop analyzing your crap. Stop looking at the time. Stop doing all the things that you're doing now and just be and just do. That's it. Don't worry about shit else. Do not worry about nothing else. Just be like, this has to work. This is proof. I've reverse engineered everything, and this is exactly how it has to play out. It has to work this way. And so therefore, I'm going to persist. Over and over and over again. Therefore, Shanae, you're locked in every Monday. What happens on Tuesday, bitch? Therefore, I'm going to get my shit. Okay? Angie, I can't message mine. It would make him run further away. He's an avoidant. Angie, what are you talking about, an avoidant? Stop calling him an avoidant. Stop it. Ooh, Glitter Sparkles, I love me a good tea, bitch. You already know how to get me to call you. Okay. You stop doing that. You can say anytime, Angie, you can sit there and say, anytime I've tried messaging him, he ignores it and barely writes a word or two. That is because he's an avoidant. He has to avoid you. He literally has to avoid you. You're the one creating the distance. You're the one creating the pushing him further away because you're telling yourself that shit. You are telling yourself, basically you're saying that if I was to text him, it's the worst part of his fucking day and he runs for the hills. Why would you want to create that assumption within yourself? Why the fuck would that want to be an assumption? I would not want that to be an assumption for me in any sense of that word. Instead, I'd much rather be like, no, he loves when I text him. In fact, it's the best part of his day. He cannot wait to get my text. And every time I text him, he responds immediately. Literally responds immediately. Why? Because he's not an avoidant. He's obsessed with me. He literally is obsessed with me. That's what you need to fucking start telling yourself instead of what you're currently telling yourself. That because as long as you keep describing him that way, don't expect anything different. Don't expect anything different. Because you're not going to get anything different than what you've been getting because of how you're seeing him. Excuse me, why? You don't realize how much sugar's in apple juice. But I still love that shit. You know, on a side note, you want to know who has the worst chocolate milk in the world? McDonald's. McDonald's has the worst chocolate milk ever. I took it on a walk when I was on a coaching call. And I was like, oh, I'll drink this chocolate milk. I love me a good chocolate milk. Well, I realized I love me a good Nesquik, or like Kroger brand from, well, we call it Ralph's here because we're fucking weird. All of that stuff. But what's not the vibe is McDonald's chocolate milk. It tastes like fucking ass. It's disgusting. I almost want to vomit. Just so you know, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Jen, I just got extra spending money for my work trip using what you taught me. Look at that, extra $100. What, girl? Good for you, Jess Nikki. Now let's get even more money. Let's get even more money. Like, maybe a raise at your job would be great. I think you should get a raise or promotion at your job. And you do that by walking in and saying to yourself, of course, is, I'm the best employee they have. They're giving me a raise. They are absolutely giving me a raise. You don't even have to erotically affirm that shit. My brother did that. This is before I knew what robotic affirming was. I knew what NLP and the subconscious mind was, though. And so my brother was like, I'm going to quit my job. He's like, I've been here 4 years and I haven't gotten a raise ever since I started, and I'm underpaid and I can't live off this. And I was like, okay, well, I said, breathe. I said, have you even ever asked for a raise? He's like, no. I was like, well, why don't you try asking your boss for a raise? He's like, what should I say? I said, I don't know. Fucking plead your case. Tell him exactly why you're qualified to get a raise. So he's like, fine. He did that. He calls me back on his lunch break and he goes, see, because his assumptions manifest. He's like, see, he goes, he told me no. Literally to his face, he said no. And he goes, see, I told you. I said, who gives a fuck what he said? I was like, so what? I said, every day you pull into your company. I said, every day you pull into that parking lot. I said, you look at your office building and say, you're giving me a raise. Yeah, I'm getting a raise. 48 hours later, after being told no from his boss, because he had no resistance. Think about this. He had no resistance because he was literally told no by his boss. So he's like, well, fuck it. What the hell? We're going to get into how to leverage that with your SP, by the way. And so within 48 hours, his boss who just told him no gave him a raise. So then my brother's like, oh shit. He's like, this works. So he did it again. And my brother's not the type that would do it every day. Okay. Which is probably why it took him less than 30 days. But less than 30 days later, he got a second raise after being told no and getting no raise in 4 years. So how do you leverage this when it comes to your SP? Okay. But before I pivot, Nikki, do that. Anybody who has a fucking job, do that shit. I don't give a fuck where you work. Okay. Look at that. She also manifested going an extra 2 days. That's right, girl. That's right. Keep it going. And I think it's you, Nikki, but thanks for the referral, sis. Thanks for the referral. I'm pretty sure it's you, but I talked to your friend yesterday. But so how do you leverage that? Well, hold on, because first let me see. Flashy. Husband, first time in weeks. I'm sure she corrected herself. First time in 3 weeks. Didn't text me last night, but him and Gutter Trash were fighting. Of course they were. Of course. He's busy packing up his shit. He's busy packing up his shit and arguing with his roommate and Gutter Trash so he can come home. Yes, he come home. Don't know what's going to happen behind the scenes, girl, but we turn the heat up. So he's busy. Because honestly, that would be the one time that's what I would tell myself when I wouldn't hear from him. For like a couple hours or whatever. If I wouldn't hear from him for a night, I would exactly like, they're busy arguing. But because, like I said, I lived very close. That's why I say, if you guys want the evidence, like I lived very close. And I'm that person that like, I'm nosy. And I would wake up in the middle of the night. I almost got caught once. But I'm a stealth ninja. Light on my feet. So, this is embarrassing. Anyways, it was like late at night, like 4 a.m. type shit. Okay. And I had woken up. So this is when I smoked cigarettes. I'd get out, I'd go and I would go for a walk. Yes, at 4 a.m, judge me not. And I opened up the pool area and because I could hear them arguing. So I wanted to get closer. And I would do that. But I would sit down like where the jacuzzi was on the floor because I'm short, so no one could see me out the window or something. Well, here I am listening, right? Then it went silent. Then someone, gutter trash, comes walking through the pool to go to the gym, and I'm like, have you ever seen those memes where it's like, I think Homer Simpson that's like fading into the bush? Right? That was me. I was like, be very quiet. And then I was like, logical Jen was like, bitch, get your crazy ass up and bring your ass inside. So then I very quietly got up and went back home. Oh man, the good old. That shit was fucking funny. Okay, don't worry, I haven't forgotten how to tell you guys because I got a hard stop in 15 minutes because I got coaching calls. But let me tell you how to pivot asking for a raise to your SP. It's a random, but how do you leverage, right? Okay, so Erica, can I talk a little bit about manifesting business success? Yeah. So if you want business success, it's all about what you tell yourself. Okay. So this is where there's inconsistent business. So like I said, same with SP, it's the same concept. It's really, really easy to get all pumped and excited. Think about when your business first starts, right? You're like pumped and excited. You're like, yes, got this shit. Got it. And you're all excited. So you start to get some clients, right? You're in the feel good vibe. You're like, oh, hell yeah, I got this. So you have a good month. Then all of a sudden you go a week with no sales. Well, what happens to your thoughts? You're like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. It's not working anymore. What am I doing wrong? Well, now business starts to slow because now you're all up in your fucking thoughts. And when you had a great month, when everything was working, you were all good in your thoughts about your business. But then 1 week or a couple days go by, no sales, your thoughts start to pivot. So then all of a sudden business is like this. It starts to go down. And then all of a sudden you get a couple sales up here and your thoughts start to shift back to, motivation, right? Positive thinking about your business. So it starts to go back up. Have a slow week. It's this endless fucking cycle because it's based on what you see. However, when you start manifesting, conscious manifesting for business success, you have to take delusion up a notch. Okay. So you don't really, when it comes to manifesting your SP, there's not a certain level of delusion. However, when it comes to manifesting business success, there's more delusion involved. Just like manifesting money, there's more delusion that's involved in that because your reality shows you the opposite, complete opposite, right? So you have to sit there and really focus in your mind about what it is that you want. So I don't care what your Stripe account reads for the day. It could be like no sales. That's not what you tell yourself. You cannot tell yourself that. You can be like, damn, I made no sales today. No, it's like I make new sales every single day. Like I can't stop making sales. This is my best month ever, right? I make $1,000 a day or I make $10,000 a month, right? My business is thriving. I make new sales every day. I literally make new sales every day and I make X amount of money per month. The goal is to discipline your mind. Okay. I literally make new sales every day and I make X amount of money per month. The goal is to discipline your mind. Okay. So it's like you cannot make pre-assumptions that don't benefit you. Okay. So I would run into this all the time with my business clients is they would start to look at like data, and data is cool, but data taints your thoughts. Okay. It taints your thoughts because I would have like business clients that would look at their video performances. Okay. And they'd be like, my videos aren't doing very good. I just need a stronger hook. I said, there's nowhere in your data that tells you the hook sucks. There's nowhere in the data that tells you that shit. You're making that assumption. Why would you do that? Because unfortunately, until you find the perfect hook, your videos won't perform because you're making that assumption. Plus, a lot of entrepreneurs will make the assumption that their income is based on follower size. Don't make that connection. The more followers I have, the more money I make. Don't make that connection. Okay. And stop over consuming content, because you have to understand that everybody telling you that you need a viral hook, everyone telling you the algorithm of TikTok, everyone telling you how to get 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers. You care to guess what they do for a living? Sell that shit. Therefore, it's their job to create assumptions in you that what you're doing is wrong. So therefore, you buy their shit. Okay? So don't do that. The best thing I ever did is ditched everything I've ever been told and said, no, I know exactly what I'm doing. Everything I do works. I know exactly what I'm doing. Everything I do works. So let's go. Therefore, it worked. And then I threw out an income, but I didn't stress about it. So do that. Like literally tell yourself something or have a conversation with somebody one time and watch how quickly your income matches that, because you didn't think about it again. Okay. You literally were like, yeah, to start, I make $300 a day. Then all of a sudden, watch how quickly you get to $300 a day, because how it comes is irrelevant to you. But the key is to listen to when your subconscious mind gives you a thought. Okay. So you might get some random thought that pops in your head. Listen, because your subconscious mind's job is to figure out the how. It's not yours. So if you know what you want and you're saying what you want, when your subconscious mind knows exactly how you're going to get it. So you might get a random thought that pops in your head and go with it, because your subconscious mind knows how you're going to get that. Okay. It's not your job. You have the easiest part. Okay. So let's go back. Huh? What are you talking about, Jackie? If you do the WhatsApp group chat, will that be automatic? That's right. What? Somebody just passed their counseling exam. I'm sure they did. So you can manifest fucking anything you want. Anything you want. A promotion, a raise. You ain't got to do shit for it. That's the best part. I'm going to do my job. Thanks, Just Nikki. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do nothing different. And they're going to gladly, willingly pay me more. Because I'm the best employee they have. Why? Because I fucking said so. And they're going to give me a raise. Why? Because thought transmission goes across the fucking board. You're giving me a raise. Thank you. Come again. Let me know when I need to sign the agreement for my raise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let. Hey, you know what? I'm telling you guys, we're all fucking human. I'm not going to sit here and be like, don't do that shit, but discipline yourself. Discipline yourself, right? I was like, damn, where's my popcorn? I was like, where's my shit? That's right. That's right. Welcome to Mo. Throw something random out there and be like, I'm getting a new sale today. I'm getting a new contract today. Right? I get a new contract every single fucking day. Every day I get a new contract. And then when you get a new contract every single day consistently, I expect my vintage Louis Vuitton bag in the mail. Thank you very much. But okay, so let's go back to the raise real quick before I got to dip. How do you leverage what you've been told? Okay, so like my brother was told no by his boss, straight up to his face, no. Okay, and so he had no resistance. He was like, well, fuck it. May as well go for it. May as well try this, because what the shit? I was just told no, right? So what I got to lose at this point? How do you leverage that when it comes to your SP when they tell you something that you don't fucking like? You understand you have no resistance to that because they literally just told you the opposite. Okay? So when somebody tells you the opposite, that's right, Goldilocks, I'm the best in the biz. When somebody tells you the opposite, your resistance is lowered because it's kind of like, well, what the hell do I have to lose? Right? It's that attitude because they literally just told me no. So great. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to use thought transmission on them to go against what they just fucking told me no, because I don't have any resistance. They literally just told me no. Right? Like let's say they were like, leave me alone. Don't talk to me again. You're like, well, okay. They just told me that shit. So I'm not saying dwell on that, but instead you're like, okay, well, how can I leverage that? Because likely they literally just told me not to text them anymore. So, well, what the hell? I'm not saying text them because they told you that shit. No. So it's like, well, they just told me that shit. So I'm going to look at their photo. I don't give thought transmission to them because I got nothing to lose at this point. They literally just told me the opposite. So I have no resistance to it. So may as well give it a whirl. That's how my brother looked at it. Cause he was like, the guy just told me no. So what the fuck? What the hell? He wasn't hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping and wanting and wanting and wanting. He just threw it out there. Why? Because he was just told the opposite. So he was just like, well, fuck it. Okay. If you think my brother sat there, okay, if you would know if you knew my brother. If you think my brother sat there and did it methodically, no, he did not. If you think he sat there for 5 minutes before he walked into the office and said it repeatedly, no, he did not. I guarantee you he said it once and let it go because he was told the opposite. So say something once and let it go. Let it go. He didn't think about it again. I can tell. I already know my brother. Okay. He's not that person. He literally did not think about it again because he was told the opposite. So he was like, well, fuck, may as well. And so he probably looked up at the company and he probably in his mind was like, my sister's batshit ass crazy, but shit, what the hell? And so he did it and he was like, It worked because he wasn't expecting it. Okay. He wasn't expecting it. And so it's the expectation that manifests, yes, but also the not expecting if you have no resistance because he was told the opposite. So he wasn't expecting shit from it, which is why he didn't have resistance. And then it manifested. So does the knowing and expectation manifest? Yes, when you're consciously manifesting. Okay. But you're also, remember, you're consciously manifesting, but you're not consciously manifesting 100% of the time. You're also still subconsciously manifesting, which is what you were doing your whole life. Okay. So why not, if you were told the opposite, throw some shit out there and keep it pushing because you literally have nothing to lose because you're like, well, not expecting it. Not expecting it. So I'm just going to throw it out there and go about my day and do my job and hate my fucking job. And then boom, raise. And he's like, because he didn't put pressure on it, he didn't think about it multiple times. He had no resistance to it because he was told the opposite. So he was just like, well, fuck it. I'll say it one time. Why not? What the hell? That was his attitude towards it. Like, well, what the hell? May as well. May as well. And then he did. So leverage that. Think about it for a minute and be like, okay, When SP says he doesn't want a relationship, Diamond, the only reason he said he doesn't want a relationship is because you don't think he does. You're listening to what he says, or you're unsure of if he wants one or not, because a lot of you guys, where the fuck has Doodles been actually? A lot of you guys are, looking for them. You're looking for a relationship proposal. Okay. You're looking for a relationship proposal where you're looking for them to get on bended knee and be like, I want a relationship with you. Like, think about in your relationships, was that ever really talked about? Look at that. Somebody else in our success stories, he messaged me. You guys understand? Who else gets movement like we do? Who else gets movement like we do? When things go months of silence and then all of a sudden it unlocks. It didn't need to take months. It took you months to start aligning with what you wanted. The more you persist, the more committed you become. You understand that. The more you waver, the more uncommitted you become. The more you persist, no matter what, the more committed you become. And then that pushes out because you're committed. Like, no, excuse me. Knocky, knocky, knocky. Okay. So Diamond, you need to start knowing that he wants a relationship. Why wouldn't he, bitch? Of course he wants a relationship with me. Why wouldn't he? He absolutely wants one with me, because the minute you see that, him wanting a relationship with you, he will want a relationship with you. If he's, yes, you do. You flip it. So whatever he's doing, assign relationship to it. Okay. So like you guys are talking. Yeah, of course. Because he's my boyfriend. Start referring to him as your boyfriend. Not to everybody, right? But you can literally sit there and be like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. Like, we have the best relationship. We have the perfect relationship. Okay. Relationship is exactly that. It's implied. And then he pushes it out. Then he's like, he'll start acting like you're his girlfriend all of a sudden. But if you listen to him and you don't think he wants a relationship, he won't want one until you decide he does. And sometimes they'll even tell you that when you argue or you have a disagreement. Natalie, you're going to drive a wedge between gutter trash and your SP the same way you would drive a wedge if they were not entwined with work. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, Danielle, you can literally be like, he found somebody else. Actually, he found his perfect girlfriend. He literally found his perfect girlfriend. And he will. Okay? All right. Now, look, bitches. I need you guys to get a grip. You're lucky I ran out of fucking time today, so I could not yell at you. But that's okay. That's okay, because thank God for the WhatsApp group. That's open 24/7 and never fucking sleeps, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so if you need anything at all, feel free. My DMs are open to you if you have any questions. If you are interested in having me manifest for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one, and it's not exclusive to SPs, so that you can get yourself right and tight, then all links are in my bio or the description, wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you ever miss a live, head on over to YouTube and subscribe while you're there and watch the videos. Okay? All links are in my bio. Let's help you get your SP conforming, because there are success stories literally posted every single day, because you can take what I teach you and implement in any area of your life and live, a bomb ass fucking life. Jasmine, did you do what I asked you to do? Because I don't think so, sister. I did not see a WhatsApp come across from you that says, Jasmine. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to check then, girl. I'm going to check then. All right. I love you guys. And let's get you living a whole new life. It's a whole new world, guys, but a whole new life. All right. I love you, besties. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.